Jake, well, you're back again for a second week. It's good to see you back. Viral media interface program I'm working on. One of the things that's really dear to my heart is people that work in the forestry industry. And from last week to this week, Jake got some incredible footage of a sort of a wildlife tragedy that could happen a number of ways. And I'm just going to interview Jake about that because it's really dear to my heart and how important a video camera out in the field with conservation and wildlife can make a difference. So we're gonna do an in-depth interview with Jake and just sort of his feelings on this moose tragedy that he videotaped it. And by the way, Jake, it was really awesome footage. So, what happened? How did that happen?
Well, the moose must have been disorientated, and when I was coming down the switchback, there's a switchback. You have to come down. But this, how much grade is that? You know your grade?
Probably a 45-degree angle.
45-degree angle, and then about 200 yards away from the switchback there was a big slab. I thought a rock fell down. As I approached it, it was disheartening because it was a moose, as you see on the video, laying there. And when I got out of the vehicle, it was hard to comprehend that. Well, why is this moose here? And I looked above. As you can see in the video, I guess 100 meters or whatever it was, and there's some rock that was fallen here and there. And as I approached the moose, overwhelmed, and the moose was still breathing.
Oh, geez!
So you could see his eyes staring at you. It's like the moose is going, "Help me!" But
yeah,
what can you do? You're not.
Yeah.
And then you could see him going into his. I guess you could say to meet his moose maker.
Go and meet his moose maker.
Yeah.
Okay, now one of the questions I have, Jake, is what happens when they find a bit of roadkill animal like that? Do they do something responsible with it, like get it to a butchered and off to say a food bank or something like that, or does it have to be incinerated and destroyed?
When a moose is found or like that, I've been educated. Because I overheard one of the authority talking to his superiors that when a moose wildlife passes away, we call it expired.
Okay.
The animal has expired. And then what they do is they have somebody from the compound, whatever area you're working at. They have a flatbed with a winch, and then they winch up the animal on the flatbed, and they bring it to the proper place for him.
Okay, so they're not gonna salvage him for meat or anything like that. That's really unfortunate. Eh?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure that could feed a lot of families. A moose that size, I know from personal experience back. When I used to be a hunter, when we had a sustainable hunting environment, a moose that size could weigh in between 600 and 900 pounds. So that's a lot of tragic waste to meat. So maybe that could be something we could promote. You know, there's a lot of roadkill in this area, and it's really dear to my heart to see an animal. And of course, that one we can't say it got roadkill, but it fell off a cliff or whatever. But we do see a lot of roadkill out here in the beautiful mountains. That was incredible footage, Jake, and I'm really proud of you for taking that.
Yeah.
And it just further affirms why viral media interface is so important to where you know, a guy that maybe you've never seen in this part of the world has a very clear message to get across about you know, an endangered species. When we were at Waiteville Lake, she said that they hadn't seen any moose, so you know, that is a tragedy to lose a moose like that. I really appreciate that, Jake. Hopefully this weekend we can get some awesome footage.
Yes.
Yeah.